hmm So, right around the time I uh, kind of chatted with you through Instagram, I had found you. And I found you because my mind and my heart were more open to kind of I was, I wasn't really raised in a Christian background. It was just something that I was. And I didn't start having a relationship with God until maybe 10 years ago.
Mm.
And so my spiritual life was kind of limited. Um, I had a big heart and an open mind, but when it came to anything outside of the Bible, I just didn't even know what to do with that.
Mm.
And I had a relationship last year that I believe was, I mean, the relationship. I was going to get married. We talked about where we're going to live, like plans, plans, plans.
Yeah.
And then there was a crisis with my ex's family, his father. And his father lives in Europe, and he just freaked out on me and freaked out on himself and became someone I didn't really know. And it was just devastating because everything that we talked about was just gone in like an instant.
Yeah.
And I was very mad at God. And, I said, "You wanted me alone." And that's a lie. It was just I was so hurt.
Mm.
Anyways, a friend said something to me and it stuck with me about like diamonds and pressure and all of that. And it happened to be from like Abraham Hicks. And so I kind of started to have metaphysical and spiritual experiences. Like things started happening, started seeing blue lights, I started seeing number sequences.
Yeah.
I started,
All the
things
signs
just
were
started,
there, girl. All the signs
yeah,
were there.
all the signs were there. And, but I was still very, and I was encouraged. And I feel like because my mind, my heart were being open to those kinds of things, I was led to you. And I
Mm.
was more open to you because you kind of sounded like her, like just kind of magical, but a little bit more realistic too. You kind of went there, whereas
Yeah.
Abraham didn't really go there. You kind of
Mm.
went there.
Mm.
Okay, let me do the 5 day. So every day, every night of the 5 day, because I would do it at night, was I couldn't take enough notes. I was hearing what I needed to hear.
Yeah.
It was just, you were blowing my mind. Your story was just so real. I just connected with you. And, but I was still holding on to my ex a little bit because we were still
Yeah.
talking. And then he dropped a bomb on me that actually God had shown me a dream of, but I didn't want to believe it. And
Mm.
then boom, here it was. And
Mm.
I think you were talking with Asia.
Mm.
And it was the talk with Asia at the end of the week that I went, okay, I'm in because I'm going to go nuts.
Yeah.
If I don't reel this in, I
Yeah.
need my thoughts I need my emotions to be stabilized.
Yeah.
And I pray to God about that. And I believe the answer for that, or part of an answer for that, was you and
Mm.
your program.
Mm.
And I was just ready. I was just ready to be better, ready to be
Yeah.
well, ready to go there,
Yeah.
ready to feel, ready to not be afraid.
Yeah.
Just, I was just ready to go.
Mm.
And my life, my sanity depended on it,
Yeah. I
honestly.
got goosebumps everywhere when you said ready to not feel fear anymore. It's like, yes, because that's like
Yeah.
literally, I mean, fear is a great it's a great motivator slash demotivator, and
Yeah.
when you're not self-regulating, it can be a massive demotivator. When you are self-regulating, it can be an instigator, right? So
Absolutely.
it's about transforming all those negative, because there's no such thing as negative emotions, negative experiences, into pivot points, into empowering uh, opportunities rather than disempowering evidence that we keep
Mhm.
piling up against ourselves. I hear you, girl. Woo, I hear you. Tell us some of your biggest shifts that you've had inside the Abundance Immersion program.
I mean, we talked about this. My emotions were stabilized because first of all, I wasn't afraid to feel them. And, I just stopped being afraid to feel what was coming up and deal with it. I don't want to deal with my unconscious desires. I want them to stay there, because like you said, they've kind of served me in a way.
Yeah.
They've helped me justify my life being the way it was.
And they helped you to survive up until now, right? They were your raft boats.
Absolutely. But I was just last month, I was meeting with the Bible study group for the first time in person. And one of the women sat next to me and we started talking and she said, have you ever been through anything? Because you're just so calm. And I was like, you have no idea, girlfriend.
How long have you got, girl?
I mean, it was like, yes, I've been through many things. It's just, I work on myself every day, because life happens every day. And the tools from this program have helped me and I use them and I apply them. And I'm not perfect and I never will be, but I will always work on myself because I want to be better. And I don't want to be, not dealing with my stuff anymore. It doesn't serve me because I know I'm a thriver, and I'm not just here to survive. There is no way that God created all of us to just survive. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
So I would say my emotions were stabilized. So that was huge because it's hard to write my book. It's hard to be motivated to do anything if I'm not well emotionally and mentally.
Yeah.
So that really was huge. Also, recently, we did a session on my money blog. And that has, yes, it has changed literally my life.
Yes.
Because I no longer accept anything less than abundance. I don't accept it. And because since our session, I haven't accepted anything less, things are just happening.
Go, girl.
I love working on my blog, but I hadn't learned how to monetize it just yet and all of that. So, I've been on unemployment for a year. And it's the first time that I hadn't really had a job. But I kind of didn't want to. I worked forever and I was tired. So I said, I'm giving myself a break. I will apply for jobs, but I'm not, I'm not but now I'm there and an opportunity has come forward and I've done 2 interviews for it and things are looking really good for it. And it's remote and it pays well and they have business trips and it'll help me not just financially in my life and to, hit financial goals, but it will help me to elevate my blog, and kind of shift it to being from mostly just articles to a kind of blog, which complements my YouTube. And, so this opportunity kind of came out of nowhere. I mean, when I applied for it, I was like, oh, but it just feels easy and it feels aligned. And it's just like, I would not have, it just wouldn't be happening had my beliefs not changed. I started doing meditations, which I'd never done before this program, which are now meditation is my medicine.
Yes. Well, we spoke about prayer and meditation, right? The 2 ways that we converse and listen to guidance.
That's right. Yes. I started working on particularly my solar plexus and doing a meditation on my solar plexus. And just even touching my belly, I started to cry, just even touching it. And even just yesterday I do the higher self meditation because that's
golden.
Just, it really, I've done other meditations and they're wonderful, but there is nothing like the higher self meditation that you offer. It has changed my life. I've received so much help from my higher self.
Yeah.
I got like triple confirmation on her name, like just, I mean, my life has changed because of that. So I do my prayer, my higher self meditation. And then every now and then, if I feel like I need to work on something in my throat, I need to work
Mm.
on something, I do it. Well, I did a crown meditation yesterday after my higher self.
Mm.
And my higher self spoke to me during my higher self meditation, which was so amazing and
Yeah.
beautiful. And then with my crown meditation, like God literally spoke to me and he said, Aquila, I got you. And I was like,
Oh
and I
my gosh, I got
trust you.
goosebumps everywhere.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I mean, my higher self told me the peace of God has always been with you,
Yeah.
but it took for you clearing out things
Yeah.
for you to even feel it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so she told me that. And then God told me, I got you. Aquila, I got you.
Mm.
And then I said, God, I trust you. And I cried during both.
I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. Oh my God. Wow.
Yes,
Oh, girl.
yes.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm just trusting God with everything, with my
Mm.
career, with my love life. I really did. It took until last month, but I really let
Yeah.
my ex go. I have to say, though, the beginning of that was, I think the one of the meditations in the program, the flow downstream,
Mm.
really helped me not go there, not just go in his direction, to go on my own.
Yeah.
And that's a very peaceful, healing meditation
Mm.
that I even just thinking about, I'm just going to flow downstream. And my
Yeah.
mind literally goes the other way, just goes the
And
other
then
way.
your body follows, right? The state of your energetic vibrational body changes because you decided, I'm not swimming upstream, I'm flowing downstream.
That's
And then
right.
everything just goes with you.
Yes.
Mm.
It's just the things my mind does now, I like literally I have to touch myself every day
Mm.
because I feel so connected to me. I was asleep. I
Yeah.
was totally asleep. I was codependent. I had abandonment issues, which, reparenting my inner child like,
Mm.
has just been so healing for me.
Yeah.
And I just know how to, I didn't know I was disconnected. I didn't know
Yeah.
I was asleep. I didn't know I was codependent. I just didn't know.
Yeah.
And I just received so much awareness. And I'm
Mm.
a person that likes to be in nature
Yeah.
with the bugs and it's just wild.
Mm.
And just the wildest things are happening to me. And then I kind of want to really explore mindfulness and even maybe be a mindfulness coach for women in trauma because just practicing mindfulness and being present has just done wonders for me.
Yeah.
And I do have friends that I would love to introduce this
Mentor, yeah.
program to
Mm.
because they there's just so much that they can receive
Mm.
that would be beyond their wildest comes to their mental health and their emotional health and
Yeah.
really how to take back their own power,
Mm.
which I really feel like this program has empowered me
Yeah.
to take,
Mm.
you know, control in the areas that I can take control
Yeah.
in. So I'm looking into studying mindfulness and being a mindfulness coach for women
Well,
in trauma.
girl, you know that you can come on to the Rapid Abundance Activation certification whenever you are ready to
Oh,
take that leap. Amen.
yes,
Yeah, definitely.
yeah,
Wow, how amazing is that? And that's like real evidence of you doing the work on yourself when you get to those beginning stages of wanting to share it, of wanting to tell other people how important this is. I mean, that's like really kind of like the completion of like one phase of your healing when you start to feel so abundant and so called to give it to others and to tell others about it. That is absolutely beautiful. I love that. Love
oh yeah. Everybody knows about you in
that.
my life. They know about Anastasia. They know about this program. They know the all the details, but they know what it's done for me. They've seen the change in me. They've seen my confidence come back,
Mm, mm,
and it's wild, like where my life is. where I am,
Amen.
just
Yeah.
personally. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's such a short space of time as well. I mean, let's
Yeah.
honor how quickly you've collapsed time. And now we're talking about like creating multiple streams of income for yourself,
Yeah.
expanding your brand. Whereas before you were just like, I'm a blogger. It was like, well, girl, you've actually got so much more potential than just a blogger, you know? And now that's happening, now that's unfolding.
Yeah. It's just, it does say in the Bible, like God will give you infinitely more than you would ask. And I feel like that's what's happening in my life, and I have to attribute it to this program because I have a community, and I didn't really know how I do have to credit my church with helping me understand the importance of community.
Yeah.
And it was because of my church that I even had the courage to come into this community
Yeah.
because it's one thing for people to like, which I support, go to therapy and get help, which I'm all for personal development, however you need to do it. But to have a community, I mean, that's also like a game changer when it comes to your own personal development journey. To have all these women all around the world that you're connecting with, that you're learning from, like their wisdom comes through every single day. They just may be thinking, I'm just checking in. I'm just telling my story. No, you're literally giving me wisdom, and they're just so supportive, amazing. We learn from each other. We lovingly will correct each other and help each other on each other's paths. Like the community alone, I'm saying when my membership expires, I'm coming.
I'm reconnecting with these girls.
I am, because there is nothing like this. Honestly, for me, I'm part of other groups, really wonderful groups. And, we talk about really, deep things and God and all of that. But there is nothing like this group. There's nothing like these women. And, we're all just trying to, up level, be better.
Well, this
So
is
that we
it. I
can
mean, I
get.
think a lot of other communities and groups, like you said, like even like Bible study or, political groups, movements, whatever, we're gathering because we believe in a common thing, right? That's what connects us, which is amazing and beautiful to feel like you're part of that. But what's different about the Circle of Light is that we are gathering together because we're committing to ourselves. And this is a space where we witness others, but we are also witnessed in our own evolution. And I don't know, have you done it yet? Have you gone back to see your first video?
Yeah.
And who was that woman versus this woman now? I mean, you now, in hindsight, looking back, what do you see?
Yeah. I look back and it makes me a little sad because she was so sad. She was so, but she was ready.
Yeah.
She had like a fire, like, let's do this. Let's go to work. Let's go to work. Let's go deep inside. And I'm proud of her. I'm proud of her for even just showing up that first day. I was so scared. I didn't do a live. But now I get on live like it's nothing. I'm like, like, let's do this. I'm checking in today, and I have to say, when it comes to doing a live, I'm not, for my business, I'm not afraid to do a live now because
and you went from hiding behind a blog to now being, on video, talking live.
And I'm telling you, Anastasia, people, I don't care where I go in the world, people hear me and they go, "Are you on TV? Do you do?" And I'm like, "No, I'm." They go,
"No, but I'm gonna be."
Exactly. I went to school for broadcast journalism and ended up writing, digitally, professionally. But I now have my YouTube and I have this Instagram, and so now I feel like I am a broadcast journalist, but I'm also more than that, And I look back and I'm like, that would have really limited to go that route. I would not have known how to come out of that. Yeah. So everything happens for a reason. I'm so like great. I'm at the stage because you have to grieve everything, right? You have to
Yeah.
grieve, you go through the stages. But I'm grateful because I literally would not be here without that boom crisis that changed my life.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been here. And I wouldn't have seen the truth about him, which, things weren't, I didn't see it all, but God sees the heart, and it's a blessing in disguise.
Yeah. And it's
That's for
hard. It's
sure.
hard when you're in the eye of the storm
Oh
because
yeah.
you're too close, you don't see it.
Yeah.
But when you zoom out, given enough distance, and obviously having processed,
Yeah.
you can look back at that without as much judgment and pain and hurt because you understand and you can see the dots connecting every step that needed to take place in order for you to get to where you are now.
Absolutely. And it just gave me so much more compassion because it was like, how was I expecting like fullness from somebody who was empty? How could I
Yeah.
have expected this relationship to thrive when I
Yeah.
brought shame and fear from past relationships into this one?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's just hindsight,
Yeah.
hindsight for sure. Yeah.
I hear you, girl. I hear you. So, what does the future hold so far, considering how much you've expanded, beyond what you thought was available to you? What do you now feel is available to you moving forward?
Oh gosh. I feel everything is available to
Yes.
me, but it, you kind of like, it's like, don't put the cart before the horse. I'm so excited. I just want to like do it all,
Yeah.
but I'm literally getting the message of, hey, one thing at a time, Aquila,
Yeah.
like one thing at a time. So, I do believe, I'm going to get this new opportunity. I feel like I already have it, honestly.
You do, you do. It's done. It's done. And it's
Yeah,
there to
it's finished.
support all your other
Exactly.
projects and growth. I love it.
It's going to allow me to work remotely. So have that flexibility. So have the foundation of this job, but the flexibility to pursue my purpose. I mean, I plan to travel. I'm really excited to do that again. Actually, my name. So my name on my birth certificate was spelled incorrectly, missing one letter. And it was this whole process that's taken like 6 months. It shouldn't have. But things happen. Well, I just got news yesterday that they corrected it and the proper birth certificate was sent to my house in LA. And so now I'm able to get my passport, which I didn't want to do until my name was corrected, but it's been corrected. Now to get my passport, now I can go, with a perfect passport. I do plan on, getting an agent sooner than later for my book. So that's still my journey. Things are moving.
Yes,
Things
they
are
are.
moving,
Yes.
And it's like, Aquila, calm down. Things are moving. Like I have to literally calm myself because I'm so excited.
Yeah.
So excited.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, God, you're so good.
Yeah.
You're just, like you've led me here. I mean, I'm like, when I come in and I say, hi, sisters, you really are my sisters. You really, really are, I really believe that. I felt a little like weird in the beginning saying that, but it's just such a truth now. We just have such a connection. And I'm just excited to share my next steps with everybody. I'm excited for travel, money,
money, opportunities, love.
opportunities. Yes, yes, love that is also taking place right now. And but I know that I am responsible for me. I am responsible for my happiness. For my cup. And yeah, the tools from the program, I'm like, okay, Aquila, you're in something new. Okay, this is how you step. This is how you walk. This is how, like I'm very aware of myself. I'm very aware of those archetypes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Those drama archetypes. I'm very like aware of myself,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm definitely just allowing. I'm not trying to control.
Mm.
Um, and I'm going at everything from a place of trust,
Yeah.
instead of
Yeah.
fear.
Yeah, surrendered manifesting. It's not about manipulating and controlling and forcing. It's about allowing your greatest potential to unfold to you and through you. Because as long as you're controlling and manipulating and forcing things to happen the way that the ego wants them to happen, you're potentially limiting yourself from so
Exactly.
much more that's available to you. And yeah, it really does require a process to clear yourself, to cleanse and purify yourself from that fear and that wanting to control and fear of how things are going to happen, when are they going to happen, and but I want it this way. It's like, yeah, but what if you know A, B, C, D, E, F, G is available to you and you're only reaching for A.
Right. That would be so silly. And I'm about limitlessness, like I just don't want to limit myself, So it's like, okay, let's step back, you know, let
Mm,
God take over
mm,
and just trust.
mm.
And every time I do that, I'm never disappointed. I'm never in a bad place,
Yeah.
And so I'm just living from a place of trust and allowing, and I'm checking myself. I'm like, girl, please, like I check myself,
Yeah.
but I give myself what I need. I
Yeah.
know that I am my own best friend.
Mm,
That was a revelation in this program. Like
mm.
I am what I've always needed, and I
Yes.
didn't know that.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
yeah. So
Oh,
I'm looking forward to working on my book, building my following. It's such a beautiful experience to meet other women, and I'm just encouraged by them and
mm.
what they do, and rooting them on, because we are all here to
Yeah.
do something
Yeah.
wonderful and to
Mm,
give, you know,
mm.
and I love rooting that on when it comes to other women. So, yeah, just building my following. Um, I'm excited about the job because it's not like this, you got to bang out this project. It's like, Aquila, take your time. Aquila, you have editorial license. Aquila, and it's like,
Wow.
yes,
Freedom.
yes, yes.
Love it.
They trust me. And I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah.
okay.
I love
So
it.
I'm excited. I'm just so excited about everything, especially the book. Every time I work on it, I'm like, oh my God, this is going to be, amazing.
I'm
So
so proud of you, girl. I'm so, so proud of you.
thank you. Thank you. So I always said, I'm like, thank you, God, for Anastasia's mud, because the lotus flowers that have come from it are
Yeah.
just endless, and love seeing you blow up and make your six figures. And I'm
And
like,
and that's
oh,
providing evidence for what you're going to be doing.
yes. Amen. Yes.
What would you say to a woman that is still kind of on the fence, that is looking for something, has maybe found the 5-day program, or maybe found what I talk about and what I offer? What would you say to that woman that is still not fully leaping into a space like this and the work like this?
I would challenge her to ask herself, what is she afraid of? You know, um, because we cannot live from that place. I mean, you can live from that place,
Mm.
but where does it get you?
Yeah.
How many years are we just going to sit being afraid of doing something? We have one life to
Yeah.
live,
Yeah.
and we deserve every good and beautiful
Mm.
thing that is available out there.
Yeah.
But their beliefs about themselves have to change, because that's when life changes.
Yeah.
That's when things start flowing to you. Not even you have to go and get it, they just start coming to you.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I
because you
would just,
generate it, right? Just like the job
exactly.
opportunity. When you were clean and clear, you generated something that fitted where you
Um,
now are.
yes,
Mm.
exactly. I did, and from a company that I never heard of, but they're doing big things, and it's like, wow, you
Yeah.
know. But I would just really, I'd probably tell her my story. I'd probably say, you know what, I've been homeless, I've been broke, I've been dumped, literally all in 1 week.
Wow.
That literally has kind of started raiding in LA in the
Yeah.
summertime. Like all that happened in 1 week. You
Mm,
know, I
mm,
have been at the bottom of the barrel and I was just ready to see the light. And this program is that light. It
mm.
really is, and I was kind of afraid, like, is this gonna, is this, because, when you come from a limited religious, because
Yeah.
that's, those are kind of the women I know. We
Mm,
come from a kind of a limited religious box.
mm.
And it's like, is this thing gonna, take me further from Jesus? I have never been closer.
Yeah.
I have literally
Mm,
have never been closer. I've never had, like, my relationship has never had more depth
mm.
than than it has now because of this program.
Yeah. And this
Because the
is
women I
this is
know
one of
are
the conversations that we had in the beginning, right, about religion and spirituality, because
yeah,
I am both religious and spiritual.
yeah,
And when we talk about higher self, in certain kind of like closed-minded religious teachings and communities, even things like meditation are bad, even things like yoga are
that's
bad.
right.
The extreme kind of the extreme kind of sectors, I guess, if you will. I mean, I've even had people from my religion say, oh, yoga's bad, meditation's bad, what you do is bad, hypnotherapy
Yep.
is bad. And it's like, you know what? If if something like this is bad, but it makes me feel more connected
Yeah.
to love, more connected to God, more connected to truth, then I don't want what's right. This
Yeah.
feels true in every single cell of my body. And why would God make something that feels so true and so safe and so expansive bad?
Right. I 100. I'm 100% with you.
Mm,
And I probably just encourage them. Like, things have happened to me spiritually that have never happened. Things have aligned that have never aligned.
yeah, yeah,
You know, Wonderful. The things that I've been wanting are are here. They're here. They're tangible, and I've been waiting.
yeah.
You
This is the
know,
thing.
they
Like
were
they
they were really
always
waiting on me.
were. They always
Yeah,
were available. You just weren't able to receive. And now
that's
you're
right.
actually receptive. So things appear to be appearing, but really they've always been there.
And like you said, when you look for miracles, you find them. You know,
Mm,
so people look. It's like, ladies, you're not stumbling, upon Anastasia for nothing. It is for a reason. I can assure you 100%.
mm,
And as long as you show up for you and you do the work, you, you're not going to be the same in the
yeah.
best way.
It's
Yeah.
not possible. You
Yeah,
can't not grow and expand having done this work.
exactly. It only goes one way.
Mm,
As long as you're committed, it only goes, it's like people are committed to their law school. People are committed to, this business school. They're committed to this, and that. Be committed to you.
yeah.
Be committed to you. You are the best investment you will ever make. And
Yes.
this is one of the best I mean, I've never made a better investment in my life.
Mm,
So,
mm.
and I'm here to stay.
I'm here to love you until you continue to grow and expand way beyond what I can support you on. I mean, I know I'm totally realistic in terms of what I'm here to do and where I'm here to serve people, and I'm here to serve people for as long as they have the ability
Yeah.
to receive from me. That's it, right? It's not coming from a place of, which I have seen in other kind of like communities where they're a bit kind of cultish. They want to be,
Mhm.
they want to have followers. I don't want to have followers, and that's exactly why I have the language that I do in our group, sisters, right? It's a sisterhood, because
Yeah.
that's that is a unity language, a unity word. And that is what I'm here to teach, that we are one, regardless of gender, regardless of race, regardless of age. You know, we've got women from different religions. We've got Muslim sisters in there. We've got Christian sisters in there. We've got sisters who, you know, are agnostic, but open to spirituality. And nothing separates us. In fact, everything connects us because we have this shared intention to continue to grow and expand within ourselves. And then I can see how that ripples out into everyone's families and communities and children and clients. And even you're talking about, well, how can I help more people through this work? And I love that. I love that. That is evidence of what I am here to do, to create a ripple effect.
Exactly. I mean, the way that I talk, people are excited. They're like, what happened to you? You know, like my sister and my cousin and people are just like, wow, what is this? You know, so I'm excited to share with them. I'm excited to share this, next 5-day round. And I hope that they come on board because I want to be able to like talk about everything with them.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you. Oh, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for sharing your journey, your story. And as soon as that book is out, drop us a line so we can find out more about
100%.
about that. Would you like to tell people your Instagram handle so they can connect with you or follow you?
Yes, I am at the Realist Woman blog, and I'm just here to elevate women's voices. I'm elementing a series on self-care very soon, which coincides with my book that, God knows when it'll be out, but it'll be out sooner than later, I'm believing. It'll be out at the perfect time. It'll be out at the perfect time.
Exactly.
Yeah, at the Realist Woman blog. So I would, love to connect with you. I love engaging. Like that has been like a game changer for me because there's real people behind the accounts with real hearts and real minds. And, I can feel their energy. So I just love connecting. So please connect with me on Instagram at the Realist Woman blog. Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you so much, darling. I appreciate you so much. I'm so proud of you and so proud of your growth and to continue watching you grow and flourish.
Thank you so much. Love you so much. I pray for you. Everything is happening for you. So yeah.
And you.
Much love to you.
Bye, darling. Thank you. That was lovely.